All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It is Transformations Monday night, and hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear. Sounds good on my end. And you saw me with these specs on. Well, I'm wearing these to protect my eyes, and I'm pulling up something to show you right now. Goodness, I thought I had it already. But drkeving.com, and I'm going to show you why I got these going on right now. And well, because our eyes are important. And so, oh boy, when you go right here, you get the pop-up, you go to drkeving.com, and it's loading kind of funny right now because I have it in a small window. However, if you've gotten value from the things I've offered before and you like it, know it, and trust a little bit more what I like, you click on that shop button right there, and you get to see a few different things where I have basically, these are products I use to protect my body, to give me the most pure, sufficient water, to keep my eye health when I'm using a lot of technology. And of course, I'm into the latest and greatest medical health grade frequency scanners, as AO scan. But what I'm highlighting tonight is ProPure. You click on this button right here, you go to my shop, you click on this button, the image of ProPure, it drops you right to the right page. And I just clicked on it actually to check on what they have going on, and they have a special going for the holiday still. 15% whole house products and 25% off everything else. And personally, I use the see if I can find some products here for you. I use the shower filter, and they have whole house systems. Water pitchers, if you don't want to get a whole house system, I highly recommend at the minimum a tabletop. And that way you can have plenty of clean drinking water. Boy, water is life, and our water is going through all kinds of challenges. Here's some different samples and prices. You can check out what's going on. Yes, I am an affiliate. Yes, it does give me a small percentage. And, you know, this is a win-win-win. I help you, you help me. We all help get together healthy, and we stay moving forward in good ways. Because when we have clean water, it's one of the foundational tenets of how do you create health in somebody, is you eliminate toxins and you add in sufficiency and some purity. So you need clean, sufficient, and an enough amount of the ingredients that turn on health while also eliminating toxicity. This is body, mind, spirit, and soul. So with that being said, I want to say hello to the 4 Foundations people there on the my open access Facebook group. And I'm going to pull it up, say hello, and show everybody at home. This is where I have put together a series of videos demonstrating 8 simple methods and some iterations on things to nourish the mind, body, spirit, and soul each and every day in little power-filled ways. That is what it is all about. And I don't, but I do have that link here somewhere. I'll pull it up and I'll drop it in the chat. So say hello. Say hello. You've been on the show before. You've been here. You've gotten some good vibes. You got some good insights. You know me personally. You've been into care. However it works out, I invite you to like what's going on right here. That way I can spread the wealth and share it around. Basically game the algorithm in the favor of the of sharing this out to the world. And I'm looking for the link now. I finally got it. It took so long to get there. I apologize. So I'm going to drop that right in the chat right now. Here is the 4 Foundations, where I have the simple strategies for each and every day to nourish mind, body, spirit, and soul. Drop that right in there. Yes, we are super live. There's the link. Say hello. All right. That's awesome. Got that going. Now let's get into the conversation tonight. We're talking about exhaustion. Now I wrote down a couple things. Tonight, every Monday night at 7 o'clock, we go over. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, the thing just opened right up, and now I can see you. You can see me. You can see what's happening. And so, the book's called Decode Your Pain. And right in the back of the book is a great index. It talks about different body parts and the emotions that go with it, and the symbolism, the different symbolism that goes along with these conversations. And this is important because these are known physiological connections between the brain and the body, meaning this is established and proven and time-tested knowledge that's available for anyone to find if they know how to find it, between how our emotions and our our emotions, our nervous system, our immune system, basically everything in our life, everything in our physical body is coordinated and interrelated through a central nervous system as well as a hormonal system. It's multidimensional, and the body's always in communication, always responding based on things from the past, things in the future, and how we are in the moment. And so today's topic is about the word exhaustion. I was given a post. Someone commented on a post that they wanted me to comment on, and it had to do with the word exhaustion. And I really, okay, exhaustion, lungs, breathing, I'm tired. And so I looked it up in the book because I'm going to be talking about things on Monday nights. I wanted to share what I was finding. And so I open the book in the back, and I look up lung, and you look at the words that go with the emotions that typically go with lung energy: guilt, grief, regret. So much I could spin off on that conversation. However, symbolism, and this is when we have lung or breath or cough or things of this nature. It's a two-way street. Meaning, if we need clarity, or we need straightforwardness, or we have a fear of speaking up, or we're stuck in grief, or we're being too erratic, it can generate a lung issue. And also emotions that we have harbored, that we haven't dealt with, that have been hidden. Maybe we didn't know they existed in our life. Well, that too can cause a backup of energy that affects the lung. So I really got into this conversation just for a few moments, and I looked up. I wanted to do some very simple things, and I wanted to look up the origin of the word exhaustion. And I started getting into seeing other words, that go with it. And of course you get expire, or exhalation, or to exhale, to breathe out. And I wanted to dive in and find some definitions here. So here I am, exhalation, and I get into this, and something I learned today actually. I know I have heard it before, I learned it before, but there's so many things you learn. You gotta resupply yourself. And right here, this is what struck me. And of course, every human knows, and we're taught this in rudimentary anatomy and physiology. Basically kindergarten health. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide. How am I coming through here? We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide. Now, there's other gases that are involved in that, but what's in the air going in? What's in the air going out? Well, it's very intriguing here that we have, let's see. Maybe that's working, maybe it's not. Well, what we have here is exhaled air is rich in carbon dioxide. It's a waste product of cellular respiration. Meaning, what it means here is for your body to do the things the body has to do, repair cells, fight infections, take care of harmful bacteria, rebuild broken bones, heal a cut. The cells must go to work and do their job. And so they have exhaust, just like a car has exhaust, and it's a waste product that we call carbon dioxide. So your body literally has to breathe out the waste product of the functions of cell. The normal production of energy to get anything accomplished requires the automatic effect of that function is releasing of carbon dioxide, and that's done through exhaling, breathing outward. And so it's a cycle, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, that's really interesting. So let's look at carbon dioxide. And when there's too much carbon dioxide, what happens? Well, so then there's this thing called carbon dioxide acidosis. Okay, this acidosis is caused by a retention of carbon dioxide, meaning too much carbon dioxide in the system. How come? Well, due to inadequate pulmonary ventilation, meaning inability for the lungs to breathe in and out. Hypoventilation, that's inability to breathe in and out. Pulmonary ventilation. Meaning, I would imagine that means the ability of the small components of the anatomy of a lung to send and receive the gases between the blood and the tissue into the lung space. Pretty interesting stuff today. So what happens? What is acidosis? In which the pH of the body, fluids, that's compensated acidosis. What we want to happen is, what is acidosis? Well, it causes an increase in the blood acidity due to an accumulation of acids. That gives you some examples. Or if you're losing too much bicarbonate, concentration of hydrogen changes. All right, so what happens if there's too much acidosis? Let's go to another website. Medical News Today. High levels of acid in the body. What happens when there's high levels of acid in the body? High levels of acid in the body cause the body to compensate and try to remove the acid. The lungs and kidneys are usually able to get rid of excess acid in the body. If acidosis puts too much pressure on these organs, it can cause serious complications. Here's some causes. I'll highlight one specific here. Needing to take a longer, deeper breath. Well, there's a couple of reasons why people need to take longer, deeper breaths, like exercise. I'm typing in pulse oximeter. Very inexpensive, well established item to use in any healthcare facility. Some of them are quite inexpensive. Very accurate. And I would invite you to purchase one. Try different scenarios where you have to change your breathing, like exercise, face covering. See how that affects the pulse oximeter rate. And if you get below a certain percentage of oxygen in the blood, well, then there's all kinds of things the kidneys and lungs have to do. So what happens when we have this acidosis? Things get too acidic. Well, bone loss, osteoporosis, improper growth in children, increased kidney disease, muscle loss and wasting, high blood sugar, problems with your hormone system, your endocrine system. Basically, your body can't produce what it takes to become a man or a woman. Increased risk of death. This is all because when our body's able to breathe out, well, there's good news for the body. That's good news for the body. When it's restricted, it's not good news. Now, there's food that can cause that. There's external circumstances that can cause that. There's a number of things that can cause that. I was just really excited with a good conversation I was having. Just walking someone through a line of questions they had asked about for information. They're like, Dr. Kevin, what would you say when it comes to exhalation? Well, then I came across, well, this is very well known in my profession, and I'm just pulling up a random physical therapy website. That was one of the first things that popped up on a search. And we look at physical posture and the lungs to be able to breathe. And I put on the comment is sitting is the new smoking. Now, why do I say that? Something that's 100% preventable, sitting too long. Here's the imagery. So, sitting too long is the new smoking, meaning there's a preventable, highly preventable issue to correct inability for lungs to breathe properly through posture changes. And I happen to practice the most predictable and reliable posture correction method. And so it's a very common conversation I have in my office is when I do the work that I do, which is known as advanced biostructural correction. Literally, people's lungs change on the spot. in the moment. I have people do before and after breath tests. We've seen people have changes in their pulse, the oxygen readings, the pulse oximeter, and is well established in literature that lung capacity changes with posture. And let's see, I found it really fast last time, but of course, lung capacity is very important. People have lung disease, COPD, asthma, emphysema, lung cancer, pulmonary edema, bronchitis. Well, all of this are results of abnormal functioning to the tissue. And what causes abnormal functioning to a tissue? There's four main factors. There's the nervous system. So there's a structure component between the brain and the body and the physical structures. Well, there's a chemical component, meaning if there's too many toxins in the body, it could affect the way oxygen is sent and received, whatever it's a pathogen or some type of synthetic chemical. It also has to do with nutrition, things in your body that can aid or reduce in function the ability of lungs to perform their duty. And the lungs are not by themselves. They work with other organs. The heart, yes. The large intestine, yes. The kidney, yes. So many more. Those are the biggies. And then, of course, the mental emotional. And I just showed you the imagery of the spirit, of fear, of anxiety, of guilt. Now, what I would love to have this conversation move into is the nature of the collective consciousness, the ebb and the flow of different themes of emotion to work on for individuals. And then we go through this collective as a whole. Let me pause here. I've been diving real deep today, and hopefully you're following along. Hopefully you're getting some benefit. If you do, give a thumbs up. If you heard something that was inspiring, you heard something that was new to you, you heard something that helped connect the dot, share this video on your page, on your feed. Make a comment. Help me grow the impact by just making a simple statement, by pushing like, a heart. That helps the algorithm share this to more people. If you actually have a specific question, I will answer right now, as it started a few minutes late, trying to get everything rebooted and started and the flow of all the technology working well. And so I'll continue to go. If you have a question specific to what I'm talking about right now, well, then I'll answer it. Okay. So what we have typically going on here, today's Monday, transformations every 7 o'clock, every night, every Monday night. And we talk about how our mind and our body work together. And these are people who have sent me images, sent me pictures from the book they got. And the main thing is shifting concepts and precepts. These are how our beliefs, our perceptions, our expectations, our experiences of life are gifted to us, is based on our concepts. Just like if you heard the statement, a glass half empty or glass half full. How do we look at life? What do we put in our surroundings makes a difference. Our body literally responds. Our genetics literally respond to what is in our environment. That science is called epigenetics. And as we go through and develop the awareness and we awaken to new information, we can literally heal our bodies and our minds at all kinds of new levels. Change is happening. It's time for change right now. It has been. It will be. We are in a time of change that, how do I say, ancients, texts, religions, I've been talking about now, and it's provable. We've been seeing this now. There's something going on now that's important, and I invite all of you to participate in willingness to be the author, the writer of your own life, the author of your own story. If I may quote a friend of mine. And let's see, what else do I have here I want to share? Yes, that is the main focus of tonight. I'm looking for a statistic I could show you on this other website. I like this image. Back to posture. We're still talking about posture. When we have change, look, sitting was the new smoking. This is how I got here, right? Sitting is the new smoking. And I don't know about you, but with what's been happening in 2020, I've been sitting more than ever. I've been on my phone more than ever. Posture is more affected than ever, and I see it in my patients, and I see it in myself. And thank goodness I see a provider who knows how to deliver the predictable and reliable structure correction techniques that I know to be the most beneficial. and literally changing how my body is able to use its heart and use its lungs based on my self-care practices. We've all seen people like this walking around. I want to find a statistic here. Here it is. Dr. Rene Callier, the famous medical author who former director of the Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation at USC, says lung capacity can be decreased by as much as 30% in individuals. And who's he talking to? Someone who has a thoracic kyphosis. That's extra curve in the back. That's that humpback pattern. We see it. I'm just going to do it myself. You see it all the time in people. The forward head position. The head drops. You see the ears drop forward to the shoulders. You see the big crane neck. And women who have had multiple children. You see a lot of old elderly people. It's like they're like a crow. Their the neck is just craned forward and sticking out. And there's so many components to that story. However, there's a known effect and change of the heart and the lungs, and anything else that facilitates that. An absolute change to the brain, the ability to brain do its work, and it increases stress, increases challenge, increases the workload on the human body, giving us greater levels of acidosis, greater need for the body to release the carbon dioxide it produces through its normal everyday functions. Well, I've been chatting a lot about that, so I'm going to check the questions in the chat, see if anyone has a specific concern, a specific thought, and anything they would like to add. I'll bring it up. I don't see anything at this moment. I dropped a link a few minutes ago about going to the Open Access for Foundations group. This is where I have all kinds of information and resources for the self-care program. Essentially, how do you nourish your mind and body, spirit, and soul? Because just like you have to take care of yourself first before you can help anybody else. You have to have enough oomph in your body, in your mind, in your life to do and give and provide for others. That's the foundation of the whole program. Now, I'm also dropping a few additional links. You can get a free copy to something called the Intro to Decode Your Pain at drkevintransformations.com. Yeah, everything's going to be dropped right there. I just dropped a couple links. And then you can also check out the shop. You can get access to what I'm offering, things I read about, questions about care, setting up a consultation if you're in the Cherry Hill, New Jersey area. I help people holistically, naturally align their mind, body, spirit, and soul to live and create their best life possible. That's what I do. Dr. Kevin Gyurina, thank you for tuning in. If you've been feeling exhausted, there's a reason for it. Your body is showing you things you need to work on. Your life is showing you things, bringing it to you. Life is perfect. And if we can operate in that way, see the world in that way, you can regain your life and turn your pain into your personal power. Dr. Kevin Gyurina, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next Monday at 7 o'clock, Wednesday at 12 o'clock for Synergy Solutions, and next Monday night afterwards, after 7 o'clock, we're taking a break this week for the holidays. However, Monday we kick off the next round to Winning in Every Situation. It's a 16-week, 16 webinar series where we go over the laws of success and how to take a vision and turn it into physical reality, whether it's for your personal life, for your professional life, something else in between. We all have our dreams, we all have our desires. How do we actually live a life, manifest that in our reality? That's what we go about in our webinar series, Winning in Every Situation. You can get access to that by going to drkeving.com, getting connected. You will see the information, you will see the notifications. Reach out. Blessings and best regards. It's for your greatest good. I'll see you next week. But I'm Dr. Kevin. welcome. I'm Dr. Kevin Gyurina. This is the first introductory video in becoming your own healer.